Hi everyone, it's me again, Ritchel. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I'm gonna show you on how to create a running message using LCD and Arduino. But before that, disclaimer lang po guys ha, hindi po ako expert o professional ng ganito. Based lang po ito sa experience ko. The first thing you will do is to search Tinkercad in your Google and then sign in your account, then click create new circuit. And then after that you can see the different components panel in the right side of your output. So I'm going to choose Arduino, then drag the Arduino in the empty space and then change the name. Drag the breadboard and then change the name of the breadboard. Search in the component panel for the LCD and then drag the LCD in the empty space. I'm going to use also the resistor. Drag the resistor in the breadboard and then I choose the 10k kilo ohms of the resistor. Then the next one is drag the potentiometer. I choose the potentiometer of the 10k kilo ohms. Then the next one is search for the code. I choose the code. I search the code for the LCD Arduino code in Google. Then I choose the Hello World code. You can see there the schematic diagram. The actual output. Below the schematic diagram, you can see the Hello World code. I'm going to copy it and then paste in my Tinkercad output for me to have a guide. Click text and then okay. Paste the code, then I have already the guide. So let's proceed for the connection. We have the first connection from the ground of the Arduino and then connect it into the ground of the breadboard. And I'm going to choose the color black. You can also choose any color as you want to, as long as you can see it clearly. Then the next connection, the power of the Arduino, then to the power of the breadboard. I'm going to color it a red one. And from the right side of the breadboard, I'm going to connect it into the ground to ground the breadboard connection. Then power to power. To have the connection in each reels. Then proceed to the potentiometer. As you can see, the potentiometer, there are 3 pins, and the first pin, which is in the left side, I'm going to connect it into the ground. Oh no, it's in the power. It's a color red. And the second pin of the potentiometer, which is in the middle one, I'm going to connect it into the third pin of the LCD. And I'm going to choose the color blue. Next is the third pin of the potentiometer. I'm going to connect it into the ground, which is the color black. So let's proceed for the LCD pins. The LCD pins has 12 pins. So the first pin in the left side, I'm going to connect it into the ground, and I choose the color black. The second pin of the LCD, connect it into the power, which is the color red. And the fourth pin of the LCD, I'm going to connect it into the digital output of the Arduino number 12. And I choose the color orange. The fifth pin of the LCD, I'm going to connect it into the ground of the breadboard. And I choose the color black. The sixth pin of the LCD, I'm going to connect it into the digital output number 11 of the Arduino. And I choose the color yellow. And then let's proceed for the 12 pin of the LCD, which is in the right side. I'm going to connect it into the ground. I choose the color black. The 11th pin of the LCD, I'm going to connect it into the resistor. And then the other pin of the resistor, connect it into the power of the breadboard. And I choose the color orange. The 10th pin of the LCD, I'm going to connect it into the digital output number 2 of the Arduino. And I choose the color pink. The 9th pin of the LCD, I'm going to connect it into the digital output number 3 of the Arduino, and I choose the color purple. The 8th pin of the LCD, I'm going to connect it into the digital output number 4 of the Arduino. And I choose the color green. The 7th pin of the LCD, I'm going to connect it into the digital output number 5 of the Arduino, and I choose the color sky blue. So let's proceed for the coding. Input the code. Then in the code you can see the void basic print demo. Under that is the delay time, which is the 1000. Lead that clear to clear the display. Then lead that set cursor 1 and 0. It's like for the spacing. Lead that print, so the letter that you want to input. Then the delay time. Copy and paste it below. So for my output, I choose to have CT318 by my complete name. Then each letters I'm going to encode for the code. Just edit the cursor number and then the letters until it finish. Then after that, I'm going to have the void scroll left demo, then lead that clear to clear the display on the screen, and then lead that set cursor 0 and 0, then lead that print CT318 by Ritchel Himino. So that are the output. So what are those letters I'm going to encode individually above? Write it below to show on the screen after. To start the results, just click the Start Simulation above and you can see the running message on the LCD screen. It is stated in the screen that is the CT318 by Ritchel Himino. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. We couldn't be friends anymore. Pineapple bouncers, go on pizza. It's a few